So today we're going to be taking a look into Epomaker's TH65 hot swappable mechanical keyboard. Now Epomaker does price this keyboard at $65. However, if you have an Amazon account, then you are able for the month of August get this keyboard for $56 with Amazon's available coupon. Now this keyboard does come in 3 different color variations, that being white, black, and even pink, with the option on Epomaker's website to choose between their crystal silent tactile switches, their creamy jade switches, or even their clear switches. Now for this video, I did opt in for the creamy jade switches, as you will see later on in this video. But let's go ahead and let's unbox this keyboard and let's take a look at all of its features so that we can see if this is truly worth adding into your gaming setups. And so now going straight to the unboxing, inside the box you are provided with the TH65 keyboard itself, along with a USB-C to USB braided cable, a keycap and switch puller, some extra switches, and of course the user manual. So nothing really too fancy here, but everything that you need to get started straight out of the box. And just as the name suggests, this is a 65% mechanical keyboard, so you're not really going to have the number pad or the function row as if you was having a 75%, 90%, or even a 100% keyboard. However, taking a closer look at the board, the case is made out of ABS plastic, which is how Epomaker is able to keep the price low for this kind of board. So even though it's not that hard of a case, since you are able to bend the board a little bit, it still doesn't feel all that cheap, which is a really good thing. Now, if we take a look under the keyboard, you will see that the board is provided with 2 stage stands, giving you 3 typing angles, that being 6, 8, and even 10.5 degrees. So that way you can dial in the most comfortable angle for your wrist while you're typing and or gaming. And under the right stand, you are provided with a USB receiver, so that way you can take full advantage of the 2.4 GHz wireless connection that this keyboard offers, which we will definitely go into more detail about later on in this video. Now, one thing to point out about this board is the material of the keycaps. And since there are 3 different variations of this board, that being once again black, pink, and white, you will see that the black version ships with translucent keycaps, while the white version ships with their opaque PBT keycaps, and the pink version ships with a mix of ABS keycaps. So if you're not a fan of the default keycaps that this board comes with, you are able to go to Epomaker's website, and they do provide you with other keycap options that pairs perfectly with this keyboard. Now, I did mention a little bit earlier that these switches are hot swappable, and they do support both 3-pin and 5-pin mechanical switches. And this is a good thing because it does allow a little bit of customization, so that way you're not stuck with the default switches that automatically comes with the board. But just remember that Epomaker provides you with 3 different switch options. And since I only have the Creamy J switches, allow me to show you exactly what this sounds like. Now, I don't know about you, but I have absolutely nothing but good things to say about the Creamy J switches. Not only does it feel good, not only does it sound good when you're typing, but it just sounds so creamy. Like, I don't think there's really any other way that I could possibly explain that. But if you're someone that's not a fan of the Creamy J switches and you want something a little bit quieter, then I highly recommend going with their crystal switches. In fact, if you want to know what they sound like, let me go ahead and let me play that for you. Now, you can definitely tell that there's a very big difference in the way on how both of those switches sound. So if either of those are not your style and you want something a little bit more mechanical, then you can go with their clear switches, and I'll go ahead and I'll play that for you right now as well. Now, moving on to some extra features, the TH65 does feature 1000 Hz polling rate, along with 5-layer sound optimization, gasket mount, and tri-mode connectivity. So on the back of the keyboard, you do have a switch for the USB-C, the wired, and Bluetooth connection. And Bluetooth will also provide you with the ability to connect to multiple devices such as your laptops, your tablets, and even your cell phones, while also providing you with a switch to toggle between Windows and macOS devices. And as far as battery goes, this keyboard is equipped with an 8,000 milliamp battery, which is crazy good for a keyboard of this size. Because depending on your usage, the battery can realistically last anywhere between tens of hours with RGB turned all the way up, or it can last a few weeks with the lighting completely turned off. So day-to-day battery really should not be an issue. Now, if you're someone that wants to be able to customize your keyboard, you'll be able to do so inside of the software application, which is also on Epomaker's website. And so in here, you can remap your keys and your layers. You can customize your RGB effects, your colors and brightness, while also creating custom macros. You can set up all of your advanced keys, and you can even push firmware updates directly to the keyboard. And so there really is a lot that you're getting with this keyboard. Now, is this going to magically make you better in all of your competitive games? No, it's not. But this is a great entry-level keyboard for someone who's on a budget and who wants something that feels good, sounds good, while also providing you with decent performance for casual games. And so if that's you, then I do recommend getting the TH65. And so with that being said, that's going to be all for today's video. And so if you made it to the end, or if you found this helpful, make sure you give this a big fat thumbs up. Make sure you guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And once again, thank you so much, Epomaker, for sending me out this keyboard. And I'll catch you guys in the comments down below, as well as in the next video.